On March 30th, 2022, Disney Plus will release Moon Knight, the latest installment in the MCU. Now, since having a ginormous knowledge of all the comic books and all the movies and things like that is a relatively new thing for Marvel fans, you might be thinking to yourself, who or what the heck is Moon Knight? How's it going, guys? I'm Mark from Inside the Magic California, and here are some things that you ought to know before watching Moon Knight, which starts streaming on March 30th on Disney Plus. Now, whether or not all the information that I give you guys is gonna actually show up in the show remains to be seen. But sometimes it's good to know a little background and a little bit of knowledge on the hero that you're watching for the latest MCU installment. So this technically isn't a spoiler video because I haven't actually seen the show. If you don't want any spoilers or if you don't want any knowledge of this show at all, just go ahead and click out of the video. You have been warned. Alright, without further ado, let's jump right into it. The Moon Knight backstory is a pretty good place to start. The man behind the mask is named Mark Spector, a man who loves to carve his own path. He becomes a boxer, a marine, a CIA operative. His path eventually leads him to doing violent mercenary work across the globe. On a mission in Sudan, Mark almost loses his life, but is revived by the Egyptian moon god, Khonshu. But there's a price. For reviving Mark's life, the Egyptian god makes him become Moon Knight, aka the Fist of Khonshu, giving Spectre superhuman abilities to protect and avenge the innocent. Next, let's talk about what kind of hero Moon Knight really is. I think it's very important to note that Moon Knight is not the cookie-cutter style hero that the MCU has displayed in the past. He does work for the greater good, but his methods for doing that good are a little bit, unconventional. Now, what those methods are exactly in the show still remain to be seen. Let's just say I could definitely see Steve Rogers giving a lecture to Mark Spector about what it means to be a good hero. Personally, I'm really excited for this. Moon Knight is definitely known as being an anti-hero, and I really don't think that Marvel does enough of that kind of stuff. So what are the creators of the show saying about their version of Moon Knight? It definitely feels like they're taking the show in a different direction than the comic books, which isn't a foreign thing to the MCU. The MCU has definitely done a good job of taking inspiration from the source material in the comic books, but not doing a full-on copy and paste of what that source material is. That being said, the Moon Knight comics actually have a little bit of a horror vibe to some of them, having also taken inspiration from indie horror films to create their Disney Plus show. Meaning this show might be kind of scary, guys. I don't know, a spooky Marvel show? That sounds kind of cool. Something really fascinating about this show is how they're approaching the use of mental illness, something that Moon Knight suffers from in the comic books. Having to struggle with multiple personalities in the series looks like something that our protagonist is going to have to deal with. Jeremy Slater, the head writer of the show, has said that they really did their homework and seriously took the responsibility of tackling mental illness. Sounds to me like this is going to be a very different and fascinating topic to be exploring in a Marvel Disney Plus show. Alright, lastly, who are these other characters that we're seeing in the Moon Knight trailers? So it looks like Oscar Issac is going to be playing 3 different characters as of right now. That being Mark Spector, Moon Knight, and Stephen Grant. It looks like Ethan Hawke is playing the antagonist, Arthur Harrow. The Egyptian-Palestinian actor, May Kalamwe, is playing Layla, an archaeologist and adventurer from Mark Spector's past. And F. Murray Abraham providing the powerful, booming voice of the Egyptian god Khonshu. Well, there you have it, folks. A bunch of things to know before watching Moon Knight that streams on Disney Plus starting March 30th, 2022. Let us know if you're excited to watch the show in the comment section below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe for any and all things Inside the Magic. I'm Mark from Inside the Magic California. See you next time, guys.